Nobody's here yet.
Oh, there's.
Alexander.
We got some people.
Maddie Baco. We got some people.
Yep, it's our class.
What's up, Alexander? How are you, buddy?
Good.
That's good. Class will get started here momentarily, okay?
Okay.
So hang tight.
Come on now, switch. The dots are a little different, Alex. I don't know if you've had class for a while. Follow me.
Okay.
Come on, man. Right here.
Let's do solar rock.
Oh, how's everybody doing today? What day is it today? Thursday. I'm glad you. Everybody's kind of like English. Everybody says it.
Like, video.
Is it okay? Can I help you tie your belt?
They're just sitting down. Now they're not just standing up now. You can see me.
Yes, sir.
Alexander, can you mute yourself, buddy, so that we can hear Mr. Sluter?
Honor, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, courage, community. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, warm-ups today. We did one jumping jack yesterday. Let's do something. Start running in place. Running in place, running in place, running in place. Running in place, don't walk in place. You look like you're working.
All right, Miss Madison, running in place. There we go.
All right. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm not going to move on until I see everybody running in place instead of walking in place. Just try your best. I don't know what you need. Start to just be careful, okay? Okay, every time I say jump, I want you to not just jump straight up in the air. I want you to jump and spin.
I don't know if I can do that.
Sound good?
I can do it.
Yeah, give it a try real quick. Jump, spin, super easy. Just jump, spin, boom. Nice.
I spin.
Keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running. Let's test it out. Ready? Jump. Jump, spin. and jump. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Last one and jump. You're okay, stand back up. It happens. Now every time I say duck, I want you to drop down, you want to push up, get back up. Yes, sir? Let's test that out real quick. Duck. Good. And then when you get back up, what do? You keep running, right? You keep running in place, running in place, running in place, running in place, running in place. Go, on. Duck. Push up, boom. Make sure it's an actual push up. It's not just like a belly flop. Go down, boom, push up, back. One more time. Duck. Keep running, keep running, keep running. All right, now I'm going to try to trick you. I'm just going to say a random one. You got to make sure you listen. Ready? Keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running, and jump. That was close. Keep going, keep going, keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running, and jump. Keep going, duck. Keep going. We're almost done, I promise. Ready? Duck. I'm not tricking any of y'all today. Y'all are hard today. Jump. You jumped too early. Jump, duck. Jump, spin, then push up. Jump. Push up. Push up first, then do your jump. Catch on last. All right, and attention. That should be plenty good for warm-ups today. Can I have everybody take one dot back, please? Remember, that's going to be a little further back than normal. No, you got to scoot back even further than that. Right there. Keegan goes right there. Perfect. Forward arm swing. Backwards.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hugs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Arms up and down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hands behind your back, head up and down.
Yes, sir.
Left and right.
Yes, sir.
Ear to shoulders.
Yes, sir.
Head circles.
Yes, sir.
Other way.
Yes, sir.
Hands on your hips. Hip circles.
Yes, sir. I like you're doing hula hoop, but you haven't done that before.
Big hula.
Yeah, looks like a big hula hoop.
Other way.
Sir.
I'll put your feet together. Reach out, grab toes.
Yes, sir.
Try and keep your knees straight. Don't bend your knees to get down there. Keep your knees straight.
I have a fingernail. I have a fingernail.
Come on, how about that? Let's go.
I'm screwing.
And down, cobra stretch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sit back on your heels.
Yes, sir. Sir. I know how I have.
Be careful.
So it's gonna hurt.
And have a seat.
Sir.
5 cross leg rockers, 5 straight leg rockers, then a hip lift. Begin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Make sure you get your hips up in the air.
I think that's
And sit up.
Sir.
Spread the feet wide apart to meet.
Yes, sir.
Start going down side to side. Try to get
Yes,
your ear to your knee. Come on, Deacon. Come on, Andrea. Come on, Dagan. Down the middle.
Let's go.
We're gonna stay here, keep doing this. How's everybody doing? You got a busy. From who? Oh, I was getting a little scared for you for a second. Butterfly.
Let's go.
Nose to your toes.
Let's go.
What's up, Dion? Pretty cool.
It's kind of like most of online classes, except it's my dad.
Yeah.
And his
What's up?
sometimes when we use this, I can actually get my nose all.
Mike, show me. Cool. I want to see everybody else try that. Since everybody else is just relaxing right now. Come on, Azrael, get down there. Thank you.
Kind of hurts me.
Hey, I'm gonna stand up.
They're doing no food until I get my foot behind my head.
Get attention.
Sir.
Who took class yesterday? Raise your hand. Who took class yesterday? Okay, we're gonna try and do the same thing we did yesterday. Try. Except for we're actually, yes, we're gonna try and hopefully make it all the way to the end of the drill. Okay. Gotta make sure that we're paying attention, focused, listening. That way we can get done with everything. Make sense? Yes, sir? Because yesterday's class didn't focus. They weren't paying attention in the beginning, so they didn't get to do the fun kick that I had at the end. Okay, so we got to make sure we pay attention during the first few parts so we can get to the fun parts. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's get into a front stance.
Yes, sir.
Does not matter which foot. You're going to switch feet here in a second anyway. We're going to start with some leg stretches. Just to get warmed back up.
Okay, come on. You're ready.
We're going to do 10 of them. Split. Every time I count. 1.
Hey, go over there.
2. Kind of like you're going to do an axe kick. Okay. 3. Straight up, straight down. 4. 5. Try to keep your hands in the same spot. Don't let them kind of fly around, right? Stay in the same spot. 6. Which question, man? Or you have your hand? Okay. Do you have a question? Can you tell me at the end of class? Cool. 7. 8. 9. Keep the hands up. Right? It's okay to have one hand out to aim with if you need it, but keep the hands here if you're not going to be doing it. 9. 10. Switch feet. And remember, on that last one, that number 10, you should be kicking as high as you can. 1. 2. 3. Okay, so if you are going to have your hand out like this to aim with, this other hand has to stay up. Right? We can't just have it floating down here.
Like this.
It needs to have one hand up, one hand out. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Here's the feet. Yes, sir. You have a question? That's pretty cool. Do you have a question?
I reach the highest I can.
Nice. Like it. Ready? So we have our hands up. We're going to take our back leg just like we were doing. We're going to do outside crescent kicks. Remember, an outside crescent kick has to cross your feet first, then swing around. Okay, so if you're still practicing that, if you're still having trouble with that, you can stop in between here, then go. But if you feel comfortable, you've done these before. Down, you're not full, sir. Feel comfortable, you've done these before, right? Try and do it without putting your foot down. One big motion. Swing back down. Sound good? Yes, sir?
I'm not ready right now.
We're shot at house. Right away from it. Thank you. Ready? Hands up, ready to go. We should still be in a front stance.
Let's go. Let's start.
1. Good. 2. let's talk about one thing really quick. Because I'm seeing some people kind of do this with their leg. That was a little too high for my chamber, right? I looked like I was doing an inside crescent kick and then doing an outside crescent kick. Watch what I do with my outside crescent kick. I'm gonna keep it low, down here, then swing it. Why do you think that'd be a good idea? Anybody have any ideas?
Because if you like this, you're if you do it like this is what you're supposed to be doing, and do this, and then go out and up.
Well, let's talk about it, right? If I'm gonna go do an outside crescent kick, and I kick at your head as I come through, right? If I do this, is that gonna be easy to block? Maybe not because it's me versus you, right? But if it was you versus Tegan, same rank, almost the same height, right? That might be pretty easy to block, right? And then you can't do the other half of the kick because you got blocked. Does that make sense? So we want to keep our foot low for the element of surprise, right? But to also make it harder to dodge, harder to block. Does that make sense? Yes, sir?
Sir, so I don't
What's up?
have a question that I want to tell you.
Can you wait until the end of class? Cool. You have a question? Is it an emergency? Like you cannot hold it until the end of class. Okay, go. All right. Ready? Let's keep going.
I can barely hold it, but maybe I can go ahead and.
You have to go to the bathroom?
But
Okay,
I
well,
think I can hold it.
okay, well, if you end up having to go, let me know. But you can't go until she comes back. I can only let one person out at a time. For our front safety, hands up, ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready.
Remember, numbers on. We're going to assume 4. Ready? 4. Big swing, all right? Starting low, swinging up. There you go. 5. Hands up.
I make the air
You don't want to be a puppet. Right? You don't want to have strings attached to your hands to lift your foot up. You want to keep those hands up here. 6.
like this.
7. Nice, Noah.
Alexander, make sure we're keeping our hands up, sir.
Just be Olsen. Ignore it. I know you can hear him. It's okay. He's teaching the people on the computer. Ready? Hands up.
Sir. But sir.
1. Get better. 2. 3. Keep the hands up. 4. 5. Good. 6. Close. 7. Very good. To feet.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we've made it to the part where yesterday's class was having some difficulties. So I want everybody to make sure you're watching this next part, because it's a lot simpler than we were making it seem yesterday. We were trying to overthink it, right? All we're doing is an outside pressing kick. But instead of bringing it in front of me, I'm going to turn my body backwards almost all the way until I can get almost all the way to the front again. Your whole body doesn't have to turn all the way to here, right? You just have to get your eyes around so you can see where you're kicking. Yes, sir?
Sir, sir.
And then the foot, which was behind me, is now trying to be in front of me. Does everybody see that? So what I'm going to do is let it be in front of me by doing that crescent kick. I'm going to pick up that crescent kick, boom, and then you're going to try and land it back behind you, right? Some people were having some difficulty with that part, landing it back behind you. If you land it in front, that's completely fine. That just means you need to practice this kick a little more. And don't need to stress about it. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
If that happens, just take a step back and reset. Not a big deal. What's up?
Just try and best you
The best you can, exactly. Does anyone have any questions on that? You have a question? No? Okay. So one more time. Going a little faster. Instead of doing the back leg in front, I'm going to let the back leg stay behind me until it has to be in front of me. Kick. And you're going to try and land it back down behind you. Yes, sir?
Yes,
All right, stand up. Let's give it a shot.
I'm going to make some elbow destinations.
I'm going to be watching you. I'm going to try and help the best I can. Ready? Hands up.
There we go.
Oh, you got to go. That's right.
I'm grammar.
She is back, so you got it. Ready? Hands up, ready to go. 1. Go slow at first. Turning towards the back. Close. Good. Okay, I'm seeing some people get it. Nice. 2. We're only going to do 5 of these. So keep that in mind. 3. Hands up. Ready to go. Keep those hands up, Noah. Good. 4. We're getting there. 5. Looks much better than yesterday for the people that were here yesterday. I can tell you all practicing and thinking about it or something. Good. Switch feet. Good. 5 on the other side. Hands up, ready to go. 1. You gotta get back up. That's okay, it happens. Tegan, can you get back your dot? Kind of running away from your dot. Ready? 2. Turn. Tegan. What foot you got behind you? Are you sure? You're gonna turn the other way. Go ahead and go. Go ahead. Other way. You gotta turn first, girl. Keep turning. Keep turning. Now kick with that foot. Yes. 4. You got it down there? Then kick. That's pretty good. Just gotta take the foot up a little higher. Yeah? 5. Okay. Okay. Switch feet. And have a seat. Look pretty good. Like I said, for the people who were here yesterday, looking really good. I don't know if you all practiced that at home or not, but you all look a lot better than you did yesterday. Looks like you understand it better than you did yesterday. For the people who weren't here yesterday, and maybe that was your first time doing that, it looks pretty good. We're going to add a jump to this. We're going to add a jump to this. We're also going to add another thing to it to make it a tornado kick. We went over tsunami kicks last week for fun, jump split front kicks for fun last week. We're going to go over tornado kicks. Right? Who was here and who learned how to do a tsunami kick last week? Pretty awesome. Put your hands down. Okay. So the tornado kick is the exact opposite of that, right? The tsunami kick, I came through in front of me, right, and did kind of like a weird spin, that extra turn in there. But for the tornado kick, you don't have to add that extra turn. You're just doing a normal spin kick. The only difference is instead of jumping off of 2 feet, you jump off of 1 foot. Right, so watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my back leg, like I was doing, turn, pick it up, like I'm going to do that spin crescent kick. But right when I'm about to launch that kick out, what I'm going to do is hop, switch feet, and then do an inside crescent kick with this foot. I know it sounds crazy, right? But if you can do the tsunami kick, you can do a tornado kick. You have a question? Which question?
How do you do an inside?
So it's just like an outside crescent kick, but instead of it coming from the inside out, it goes from the outside in, right? So the leg is still straight and everything. You're just going to hit with this part of your foot, the inside part of your foot, and not the outside. Okay. One more time, a little faster. Get the full picture, right? You watch it, Tegan. Stay focused. We're almost done with this, then we can move on. We're here. Turn up, hop, switch, kick. All right, now I'm going to do full speed for you, right? Hopefully I won't fall on my boots. Let's try, right? So we're here. Full speed. Turn. Doesn't look as cool as a tsunami, but it looks kind of cool, right? Any questions? Set up.
I'm going to need your help on the inside, though.
I'm going to be watching. I can't really walk around and help like I used to be able to do, but I'll watch. We're only going to do 3 on each side. Hands up, ready to go? 1. Turn. Turn. Lift the knee up. Hop, switch. And kick. Nice, Noah. That was pretty good. See, it's not nearly as hard as it looks, right? It's got to break it down slowly.
I didn't do
Ready?
the first part, then the hot switch.
That's the one confusing thing is the hop switch, right? If you can get that part, you're good to go. Hands up, ready to go?
I think I can do the hot switch.
I'm watching you, Alice.
I'm kind of confused.
I'm going to watch you. Ready? 2. Turn. Turn.
Right. I just did that.
You haven't turned yet. Your feet aren't turned around, girl. So which foot you got behind you? Okay, so you're going to turn that way. Turn. That works. pick up the foot you're gonna kick with.
This
Yes, pick it up like you're gonna throw a kick. Now hop, switch your feet, and kick. Nice. That was really good. One more. One more on that side. Hands up. Last one on this side. 3. You're kind of getting there, Azriel. You're forgetting the hop switch. Do it again. Turn. Pick up the knee. Turn. Go ahead. Turn. Pick up the knee. Now hop switch.
I'm done.
Are you okay? Good. Your other foot has to go to the ground, buddy. You can't just. You almost did a 540. That was crazy. All right, switch feet. That one is hard to do. 540 is
But
not.
which one did I think it was this one.
Yeah, there you go. You want to be like that. Hands up, ready to go. 3 more, and then we move on. I promise.
Now I go this way.
I'm watching. 1.
Now I go this way.
Yep. Other way, Andrea. Spin towards your back. So what you got behind you? Okay, so then you got it. Now you are going to go that way. That wasn't what you had behind you last time. Knee up. Yep, pick it up like you're going to kick. Now hop switch. And kick. There you go.
Can you see my last one?
I'll watch it. I'm watching. You got 2 more. Ready? Hands up. 2.
Wait,
Very good. That's good. It doesn't have to be super fast right now, right? This is your first time doing this kick. I don't expect it to be perfect.
The only move I do that is
That's good. That's the hard part, actually. That's really good. Third one. Final one. Hands up. Ready to go. Try to make this one your best one.
Wait, and this is, do that
No, you've already done the other side. This is our last one. Ready? 3.
wait, and now.
Turn up. Boom. Nice. Pretty cool. Just back your attention. So just need a little bit of work. I saw everybody get it at least once, though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, get on my face.
And like I said, that kick's not a very easy kick. We really just did that for fun. That's a really higher ranked kick. That's like a senior purple and above type of kick. And you were doing it fine, so that's good. Let's move on to our form. We're gonna put our feet together. You were trying to do a 540. Yeah, you were trying to make it harder on yourself. Do you have a question?
Do we have, are you gonna help us with the first one? Tell us.
I'm gonna count. I'm gonna do it with you a few times, and I'm gonna count it a few times. And if we have time at the end, I'm gonna let you try to do it by yourself. Okay? Any other questions?
I don't have a question. I would think on and tell you.
Can't wait till the end of class. It's almost over, I promise. Ready? So our feet are together. There's a question.
Oh my
Tell them your foot, okay? Falling hurts, but I think you're gonna survive. I promise. Your feet are together. Well, he falls on Muhammad all the time. He's supposed to, right? You have a question, Dion?
Class is going to be over in less than 20 minutes.
Yes, you are correct. So our feet are together, right? And we go to Jumbi for our form. So which hand's on top here? Remember? Your left hand. What you doing?
I have my fingernails painted.
The other.
I have my fingernails painted.
Nice. Your first move, you're gonna step out with the left foot to a sitting stance, palm heel with the left hand. So in a sitting stance, my feet are going straight, right? My knees are bent.
I've been
2. 1 punch, 2 punch. 3, we're gonna chamber on our hip, slide the foot, square block. There you go. You have a question?
1 punch, 2 punch, like fish.
Sure. That's what you got to think about. Remember. Now this hand's going to go out. The other one's going to go to my hip, palm down. That way I can twist my hand when I go to do this upset punch. Because remember, all hand techniques have to have a twist on them, right? What stance are you in right now? We're not in an open stance. We're in a normal back stance right now. So your feet should be about shoulder width apart. Knees need to be bent. The weight needs to be on the back foot. Boom. What stance are you in right now? Is there a question? What is your question? You tell me at the end of class. Cool. Next move, this hand's going to aim. We're going to step to a fixed stance. Remember, that's a sitting stance and a back stance combined. Wrong foot.
How?
There you go.
I don't.
So what? All we're going to do is go from here.
Okay, it was a question.
You're right. We're going to go from here. Step. Right, that's all you got to do. And then punch with that front. You're punching or chewing on our fingernail. This hand that's out is going to go around my neck. Is it a question?
I can know that.
Okay, cool. So we got our arm around our neck, right? The other one goes underneath. Looking at you for a reason, man. I know you know what to do, but you're moving on a little too fast. We're going to slide this front foot all the way. Now we are in an open stance. L shape with our feet. They're touching. All right? Coming down. Knife hand. Yeah, it's my hand downwards. It's a little strange.
How you usually do.
Usually.
I
Right?
can't keep
Question? Okay. That's okay. Then we're going to take this back foot. We're going to step. Front hand. All right. Back to your beat. So remember, yellow belts or senior yellow belts and senior orange belts, and have your regular orange belts in class today. That is the end of your form. Yes, sir? That's all you got to do, right?
So I might have to take a lot of classes because I'm 30.
That's okay. A lot of people need help right now, too. It's all right. We're all in the same boat. So we're going to do for our form. Think saxophone over there. What's happening? That's all right. I used to play the saxophone. That's fine. Thank you. One. Hang on. Where you at, Dion? You be for your form, buddy. There you go. One. We're going to step. Two punches. 1, 2. 3. Square block. 4. Upset punch. 5. Big stance. Punch.
Maddie, don't get ahead of him. He
6.
got the big stance punch.
On my neck. The other one goes underneath. Gonna slide the feet together. Knife hand. 7. Step. Punch. Let's do that one more time. This time, I'm just going to count it. I'm going to see if you can do it without me giving you any hints. Okay, do me. And then we're going to have the next section. The next few moves. You all right, Andrea? Tired? I know. I'm tired too. Class is almost over, I promise. You good?
I'm
You
not
good?
tired anymore.
1. Dig it. 1. It's okay. It's okay. Remember, we stepped out. Yeah. Then we palm you with the same. Nice. 2. Remember, it was 2 punches, right? There you go. 3. Square block.
So we're here.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, Thomas, those 2 punches are counted as the 2, so you should be at the square block right now.
What stance are we in?
Back there.
I'm not seeing back stances. I'm seeing open stances. I'm seeing knees not bent. I don't know what Tegan and Azriel are talking about. We should probably stop. 4.
Okay, now.
Are we sure? Oh, let's go back. Let's go back. Back to 2D. Look a little confused. I'm going to help you out. Have you stand on your back for me, sir?
Am I having a problem?
No, you're doing fine. Get together. Andrea, 2B. Okay. 2B for your form. 2B for your form, Jose. Thank you. 1. Step out, palm. 2. Twin punches. 2 punches. 3. Square block. 4. Upset punch. 5. Big stance punch. 6. Knife hand. 7. Step yellow belts and orange belts, that is the end of your form. Stay where you're at. We're gonna keep going.
Can't tell him though.
Nice. So yellow belts and orange belts, again, that's the end of your form. I'm gonna give you two options. You can only pick from these two options. You can either keep going with us to learn some extra moves, or you can restart your form. I don't want you just standing there doing nothing. Yes, sir?
I'm gonna let her practice my form a little bit so I can get
Okay.
better.
So if you're gonna reset, you're gonna do what you're wanting to do, right? Every time I count, even though I'm not gonna say like 1, I'm gonna say 8. I want you to do the first move. Does that make sense? Cool. So that means
But
that,
we start back at 1 and then
and everybody else is gonna,
8.
yes. Cool. Okay, I'll understand that. So, if you are a yellow belt or orange belt who's gonna restart, I want you to go back to Junbi right now. You're gonna restart, go back to Junbi. If you wanna keep going with us, stay in this last move. Yes, sir? Okay, let's keep going then. So when I say 8, you two should do a palm here. 8, this hand's gonna go around my neck. The other one's gonna go underneath. I'm gonna step to the front of the room. Low block. Palm. You're right, it's a sitting stance.
And then back to this.
Yes, perfect. So we just did our low block, right? 9, step punch.
And then
Yep, so it should be 2 punches for you. Nice. 9, right? 10, we're gonna come through, sliding up to our, almost like a Junbi stance with our feet. Square block. Nice. 11, side kick with the front foot. Keep your balance.
I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to.
Upset push. Yeah, there you go. We land. I think there'll be 12, knife hand, regular knife hand. There you go. Big stance punch. Alice, you got it. Yes. 13, step punch. I can't keep going because the curtain's on my way. You're going to slide back into your knife hand. Good. 14, step punch again, and yeah. And you're going to do step punch. Got one more move. Step punch. Yep.
So
Back foot's going to step.
right here.
But step that way.
I don't.
So this foot, yes. Punch. Nice. Back to me.
Sir. So this I want to follow on.
Now that is not the end of the second section. Okay. So if you are a regular green belt through a regular purple belt, you still have like I think 6 more moves. Like count. Okay, so we're gonna try and finish that really quick. We have a few more minutes. Yes, sir?
Sir.
All right, Jubi.
Sir.
Actually, let's do this instead. I want to see you do it by yourself.
Oh my goodness.
We asked yesterday if we could do that, and we didn't because we ran out of time. So we're gonna try and do that today by yourself. If you need help, you get stuck, raise your hand, and I'll try and walk you through it. Yes, sir?
And we can also like stop so you know if we're stuck.
Yes.
Virtual crew, same thing. Just work on your form, and if you have any questions or anything, just let me know.
At the end of that,
Jubi.
Sir.
Where we should have been anyway, right? Yeah, why are you facing that way? There you go. Be in. It's okay.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Out. Oh, relax. Think. Getting all overwhelmed is not going to make it easy to think, right? Palm, yes. Are you 2 stuck? Andre, are you stuck? Here, big stance.
Alexander, remember after that? There you go. 2 round kicks and the end on the double knife hand. Yep.
You're gonna do the upset punch. Not you all, helping her, Alice. Upset punch.
Then,
Good.
Thomas, you good, buddy?
We're gonna step punch.
Are you stuck somewhere?
Yeah, the right foot.
I only got this part, and that's what.
Head back, do your left hand.
Thomas, what belt are you?
And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, and you've gotten to the front stance punch.
Then you want me to turn.
All right, so we're gonna turn towards me, towards the camera. We're gonna do a low block and a left front stance. Yep, step punch.
I think he knows that too. He's been doing this once.
Now we're going to take our left hand and grab our right hand. We're going to transition into a ready stance and keep our elbow out. So bring our back leg up.
Right hand.
Push your back leg.
Good.
And it should be facing, there you go. Yes. Now take your right leg to a side kick.
Let's go back to attention.
Good. Land.
What's up?
Knife hand.
I know a lot of people are having some trouble with this form.
Step punch.
Some of the online learning is not.
Step punch. Aya!
Ah.
We'll end there for today. All right, for you. Okay, so that way it doesn't become too much for you. All right.
We're all in the same spot, still trying to learn. Right? Most of us still
2
learn.
minutes.
Some of us have got it, which is really cool. It's really awesome. But those people are just like,
So I'll let Mr. Sluter go ahead and take it back over. So listen to what he's got to say.
question now.
Oh, I don't know.
You want to tell me something still? Can you wait like 2 more seconds?
Okay, I have to tell you two things.
Okay. I won't forget about you, I promise. Did you have a question? Good question. Okay. A few announcements for you very quickly. I have to check this at the front desk. I thought we were having a board breaking clinic. We might not be anymore, so I would ask the front desk just to make sure. I haven't actually heard anything about that personally. But testing should be not this weekend, but next weekend, maybe 2 weekends from now. Again, we're doing 2 different versions of testing. You all get to pick. Right? If you're comfortable coming in and doing the live testing, like you are right now in class, or like you would normally for testing, then you can do that. But the front desk has to know that, because we can only let a certain amount of people in at a time. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir. So,
If you're going to do the video testing like we did last time, that is completely fine as well. To my knowledge, we're going to let you do either one of those, whatever one you feel more comfortable doing. Problem there is, right, with the video testings, is you need to make sure that you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. I saw a lot of people last time who were a little confused, and part of that was our fault for not making it clear enough. We're going to try and do a better job of that this time. But some people were doing stuff that the higher ranks were supposed to do, and then some people were doing lower rank stuff. So try to make sure you're doing what you need to do. Sound good? That really won't be a problem in the live testings because we'll be here watching, right? What's up?
and where you're doing your upset punch, in my foreman, my yoga foreman combo, it's kind of like whenever you go here, it's where you're going up.
Kind of almost looks like an X block, right? But it's up here in front of you, and instead of it being a block, you're actually punching, you're striking. What's up?
So I know what I'm gonna pick here because I've been doing the videos and I want to come back.
Nice.
So I'm
Like,
gonna be here.
any question? Because we gotta get dismissed. Okay, which question?
Is so with like whenever if you do testing here, would it be kind of how we do all testings where you have like ranks as the part of testings that were less people in your.
I don't know. From what I've heard about the live testing, how we're going to do it, it should be pretty close to how you were doing your testings before the break, before all this stuff happened, right? I don't know if it'll be 100% like normal, but it'll be close, closer than the videos.
It won't be 100% normal. You can't do it.
Right, there's still a few things you can't do, right? We're going to try our best to make it as normal as possible. Sound good? Any other questions? Comments? Don't forget to work on your definitions for your form, all that stuff, because I'm pretty sure that is still extra credit stuff for your testing. So make sure you are trying to get that down, because that could save you. If your form score is a little low, those 2 extra credit points could save you. So, does anyone have any questions about that? Y'all know where to find that, right? Spark app. Gotta get you a Spark app then. Final question.
Like you said last class, whenever I asked about if we were going to get stretched or not, did you talk to me?
I did. I'm glad that you brought that up. So I can give you stripes if you want the stripes, but I'm gonna have to get permission from mom and dad first. Okay. If mom and dad don't want you to get stripes because they don't want me to get too close to you, that's completely fine. You don't have to have them for this testing, from what I heard from Mr. Haynes the other day. Sound good? We're just kind of all, again, if mom and dad are comfortable with me giving you a stripe, I can do that. If they want you to give your own stripes, I can give you the thing there, the little roll of stickers, and you can put it on yourself if you want. Right? But again, I have to have permission from mom and dad first. We're not going to try for stripes today, because there are still some people who haven't learned the whole thing. Let's end it. And we have time. So like I said, about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, right? Deixa-me ir para frente.
Sir.
Now,